What's going on, knuckleheads? This is George with Fighters Rep. If you like to talk about combat sports, be sure to click the subscribe button below, like, share, and comment on this video. So this right here is our Valentina Shevchenko versus Liz Carmouche 2 preview prediction. And this fight is for the women's flyweight title. It's going to be the main event on August 10th, which is just 2 days away. I want to apologize, guys, for being a little bit late this evening. It's 10:40. Typically, we're on here at 9 p.m. Pacific time. But nonetheless, we made it here. So UFC Fight Night, Shevchenko versus Carmouche 2. We're going to go quickly through the tail of the tape, and then we're going to make our prediction. Then we'll turn it over to you guys and see what you guys think about this fight. This is a fight I'm excited for because Shevchenko is a action-packed fighter. She knocks people out. She's a vicious striker, and she is must-see TV. And then Carmouche is a very tough fighter in her own right. So I think it's going to be a very exciting fight. Real quick, let's look at the tail of the tape. We've got Valentina Shevchenko standing at 5 feet 5 inches tall versus Liz Gorilla Carmouche standing at 5 feet 6 inches tall. Slight height advantage for Liz Carmouche in this one. They're both going to be weighing in at 125 pounds, but it looks like that height advantage is not going to translate into a reach advantage in this fight. Looks like Valentina Shevchenko actually has a half-inch reach advantage on Liz Carmouche. Now, is half an inch going to play a huge factor in this fight? Perhaps, and I only say that because Valentina Shevchenko is such a proficient striker. She's definitely going to have the striking advantage in this fight. She's also a southpaw, and I think she's going to give Liz Carmouche a lot of problems because of that, Liz Carmouche being an orthodox fighter. So that's basically it from a physical standpoint. You've also got their records with Valentina Shevchenko obviously being the women's flyweight champion at 17-3 versus Liz Carmouche at 13-6. Now, Valentina Shevchenko's coming off some scintillating performances, a vicious knockout in her last fight, and she's just amazing to watch. This is, not to discredit Liz Carmouche. She's a tough fighter. She's won her last 2 fights. The last fight she lost was actually to Alexis Davis at UFC Fight Night, Swanson versus Ortega, where she lost a split decision, and it seems that that's her only loss in her past 5 fights. So she seems to be improving, but is she going to be enough for the absolutely vicious Valentina Bullet Shevchenko, who won her belt over Joanna Jędrzejczyk in a virtuoso performance, defended her title in vicious fashion over Jessica Ai, coming off that knockout, beat Priscilla Cachoeira handily, submitted her, and her only loss in her past 5 fights was against the champ in a higher division up, Amanda Nunes, who's considered by many to be the GOAT, and obviously that's when Shevchenko was campaigning at bantamweight, and even that fight was a split decision loss for Shevchenko, where one can argue that Shevchenko probably won that fight. So just an amazing fighter all around. She's still just 31 years of age. She's got time to continue to own her craft and get better. And I'm going to have to go with Shevchenko on this. I think Carmouche is a decent fighter, but she's just not as seasoned as Shevchenko, who is an absolute savant at Muay Thai. She's just absolutely brilliant. She looks like something out of a video game. I mean, she's fast. She's strong. She knows what she's doing in there. She's got, real tenacity. And I just don't see Carmouche, who, again, a tough girl, being able to overcome that. And that's my prediction for that fight. Obviously, tell me what you guys think. You can let me know in the chat, or you can leave a comment below for another time. Now, another fight I wanted to talk about this weekend, a boxing match that I'm really excited about, is hot, meteorically rising prospect Virgil Ortiz Jr. Taking on a guy named Antonio Orozco, who's 28-1, and this is going down at the Verizon Theater in Grand Prairie, Texas. Now, I am very excited about Virgil Ortiz Jr. because even though he's a super lightweight, or I guess you could say a junior middleweight, the guy is 13-0 with 13 knockouts. And included in those knockouts is Mauricio Herrera, who was a seemingly very durable guy throughout his career, gave Danny Garcia fits when he fought him. A lot of people thought he won that fight. He probably deserved the nod in that fight. And I'm really excited to watch Virgil Ortiz because he destroyed Mauricio Herrera. Now, granted, Mauricio Herrera was not in the shape that he was probably in prior to that fight. He's obviously in the end of his career and had basically one foot out the door, it looked like. But still, it was a guy in Mauricio Herrera who really, been a very durable guy, and he got basically blasted out in a one-punch knockout. And this Virgil Ortiz kid, at just 21 years of age with 13 wins, 13 knockouts, he's another one that's must-see TV, 100% knockout percentage at just 21 years of age. And, I mean, when he throws a punch, it's got bad intentions written all over it from the shoulder to the tip of the fist. This kid looks like something special, and I'm really excited to watch him fight. The fight looks like it's going to be on DAZN on Saturday, so definitely, tune in. I'm a little bit surprised that it's only a 10-rounder. I think this kid needs to, start taking 12-round fights already if he hasn't already. But he's just an absolute killer from what I've seen. And I think he's going to run through Antonio Orozco, who's got a much more, I guess you can say, has basically many more fights on his record. So he's got much more experience than Virgil Ortiz at 28-1 versus Virgil Ortiz just being 13-0. But my goodness, you guys definitely want to tune in to the fight and check out Virgil Ortiz. I'm telling you, every time he goes out there, he lands a vicious knockout on somebody. And it's almost like he's moving at a different speed. This kid's fast and he's powerful. And you don't always see that from a guy that's, basically a junior welterweight or super lightweight. So there you have it, knuckleheads. That's pretty much all we've got going on this weekend. It isn't a massive fight weekend, but there's always seemingly something going on. I also want to thank you guys very much for tuning in to Fighters Rep. It was a fantastic show a couple weeks back. We're doing it again September 21st. You can already buy tickets in the links below. We had 17 fights on the last card. We're aiming for more on this one. It's going to be a huge card. So if you're anywhere near Los Angeles or Orange County, you definitely want to get your tickets and watch this. For me, it's definitely the most exciting rule set in combat sports. Stand and bang, no clinching. I think it's way more entertaining than, stuff like bare knuckle and stuff. There's standing and striking. There's shins landing. There's kicks landing. There's punches landing. I mean, it's all action. So definitely tune in. Check that out. That's happening September 21st. Also, if you'd like to support Fighters Rep, get yourself a Fighters Rep t-shirt or click the links below or donate below. It would be very helpful. I reinvest basically all of the proceeds or the majority of them back into the promotion. So there you have it, knuckleheads. Thank you so much. Please feel free to subscribe, like, and comment on this video. And we will see you immediately after the fights on Saturday for the live chat. So be sure to tune in then.